besties, my name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing my 10 before the end, and I have some really exciting news also. This will probably be the last time I'm filming in this area. I am moving, so I'm very excited. I'm going to do like a little vlog of like redoing my shelves and things like that. So I'm going to be recording my 10 before the end a little early. So let's talk about the 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year, which is a little crazy because we got a lot of things going on, but I'm going to try to get to them. A lot of these are series that I'm trying to check off my list, so we're going to start with series first. So the first one on my list is Change of Heart by Bailey Hannah. This is the third out of 4 books, I believe, in her, I don't even know what series it is. Oh, in her Wells Ranch series. I'm almost positive that's what it's called. So this follows our 2 main characters, Blair and Denver, and I believe this is a second chance romance. She's coming back to this town to take care of like her family's house or her family or something like that. And Denver is obviously stayed in this small town, and he is a rancher, cowboy, something along those lines. And when she comes back, obviously their paths are going to start to cross. And as that happens, Bailey's going to see if there's a change of heart. So I'm very excited for that like play on words and to kind of see the continuation of the series. I didn't really like the first one, but I loved the second one in this, so I'm hoping I really like this one. I've loved Blair in like the previous books because I think you get like snippets of her because she is friends with the 2 FMCs from book 1 and book 2. I'm almost positive. My second book on this list is Somebody to Save by Grace Turner. This is the 3rd book in this series, and I can't remember what this one is called either, but they all follow different couples, and there's always kind of like a little bit of taboo, I'm almost positive, going on. I'm not really sure how they're all interconnected. And this one follows Beckett and Addie, and they meet at a sex club, and they have like a crazy night together, and she dips and she wants to like, I think, leave like this world behind, and she doesn't want to be a part of it anymore, but Beckett just cannot forget about her. So now he is like out trying to find this woman, basically. I have loved book 1 and 2 in this series so much. I think they're fast-paced, they're not super long, but they're still like hard-hitting romances, I guess you could say, in the way that she does it. Like, I think book 2 is reverse age gap, which I loved. And I think it's mom's best friend. Oh, it was so much fun to read about. I loved it. I had a great time with those 2 characters. I think one of them is related somehow to one of the main characters in this book, but I could be wrong on that. Then I have Psychotic Obsession by Lee Rivers. So this is kind of part of a series, I guess you could say, and it's supposed to come before the Edge of Darkness trilogy, but I didn't read it that way. I read Edge of Darkness first, and now I'm going to go back and read Psychotic Obsession. And this follows Tobias, which is Cade Mitchell's dad in the Edge of Darkness series, and he is a known psychopath, basically, and then it also follows Cade's mom. And I think it's how they meet and what kind of happens in the relationship. I heard it's really dark. I don't think it ends happily, I guess. I don't know if it's like a traditional HEA. Not sure on that. I am really nervous but really excited to read it as well because I love the Edge of Darkness series, so I'm really curious to read about Tobias because I loved him in the Edge of Darkness series, but I think you're not supposed to like him in Psychotic Obsession because he's a crazy person, I'm assuming. But I'm hoping to get to that one sooner rather than later. Then I have Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. So this is kind of a series, I guess, because I believe it follows a couple from Out on a Limb, and it follows Sarah and Caleb, which are, what's her name? Bo and Lynn? I don't know, something like that. But they are high school sweethearts, and I think it's Marriage on the Rocks, and they decide that they're going to go to this camp together, and it's supposed to kind of like help bring couples back together in a way, and they're gonna like fix their relationship through that. I love a Marriage on the Rocks book. I don't know what it is about them, but just like the tension and yearning and pining. Like King of Greed, I'm pretty sure is Marriage on the Rocks, and I ate that book up. So I'm hoping this one gives me the same vibes. Obviously totally different things going on because this one's more like sweet and kind, and King of Greed was a little crazier, but I'm still hoping I like this. And I loved Out on a Limb so much, so I'm hoping I love Out of the Woods. Because a few of the other Hannah Bonham Young books I've read haven't really been my favorite, so I'm hoping this one kind of revamps it for me. Speaking of King of Greed, I also have King of Envy by Anna Long on this. I believe this is the 5th one in her series, and the 6th one and the 7th one I think come out next year. So I want to get caught up, so I'm ready for those new releases. So King of Envy follows Vuk. I don't even know how to pronounce these 2 main character names. I really need to do some research on them, but basically he's a very powerful man, businessman, something like that, and then she is like the world's like top model, something. She's a beautiful woman. She does something in like the fashion industry, and I think she ends up being engaged to the MMC's best friend, but it's like a fake marriage or something like that. that I've seen. And so like lines are being crossed, things like that. Not quite sure. I didn't really like the 4th book, so I kind of put it off for a while, but I'm hoping I get to it by the end of this year just so I'm ready for the upcoming releases in 2026. Another one that I'm a little nervous for, so I have Bourbon and Proof by Victoria Wilder. This is the 3rd book in her Fiasco series, something like that, and this follows all the Fox brothers basically, and I liked book 1. I didn't like book 2, so I'm curious if I'm gonna like book 3, but I love the covers. I'm gonna continue to buy them because I think they're stunning. It is what it is, I guess. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just not a romantic suspense girly, and that's basically what they all are about. So I believe our FMC's name is Hadley, but I can't remember which Fox brother this follows. And I think it's a marriage of convenience. Don't ask me why they have to get married, but I think that's kind of what the gist is. They don't like each other, or at least he can't stand her, and I think she always likes to like mess with him a little bit. So I think that's really fun. So I'm hoping this couple kind of makes me enjoy these like series a little bit more. And I don't know, I think this is the last one. There could be one more, I don't remember. I have high hopes for this book, and I don't want to go into it too high of hopes, but I kind of do, so I guess we'll see what I think. So those were the last of my series books that I wanted to get to, and these are just other ones that have been like on my radar that I want to get to. So I have Capri by Indy Valentine. I have read her Atlanta Boys series, I think that's what it's called. They're a bunch of baseball romances, and I love them so much. And so Capri follows this woman who I believe is going on vacation for a few weeks, and there she meets this man, and they are going to have like a fun time together. I don't know if she has to come back home or how it kind of works out, but it sounds like so much fun. I don't know her name. I don't know anything about it basically, but the second one comes out in, so I guess it's kind of a series, but still one I want to get to obviously. And the second one comes out in January or February or something like that. And that one sounds really good. I think this one's called Collie. So maybe it's Capri and Collie. Maybe they're sisters, so I don't know if that's their names or not. But the second one sounds so good. It's like me not knowing anything. It's like, what is it? Groom on the Run, I think. And then like, I think they're camping. I don't know. It's something crazy like that. And that one sounds really good. So I need to read book 1 before I read book 2, and I really want to read book 2. So basically that's it of it. I just need to get to it. Then I have Alchemized by Senlon Yu. I have been seeing this one all over like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything. Everywhere I look, this book is being talked about. And it is a published fan fiction, I believe. I've never read the fan fiction that it's about. And I believe it's a dark gothic fantasy, maybe a little bit of romance. I'm not quite sure. It's a huge book. I think it's a huge magic system. So I'm very, what's that word? Like scared of it? Intimidated. I'm very intimidated by this book. I think obviously it's a huge book, big book fear to the max right now. And everyone's loving it. So I'm afraid I'm not gonna get it because sometimes bigger, higher level fantasy books, I get a little lost. So I'm afraid it's going to be a really big me problem for this book. But I'm wanting to get to it by the end of the year. I don't want to miss out on the hype of talking about it or like seeing things about it, seeing edits about it and things like that. But I've tried to steer clear of it so far. So I need to read it before I spoil myself, basically. Then I have The Favorites by Lane Fargo. So again, this is one that I felt like was really popular, really talked about, and I think I've missed it, but I want to finish it or start it or read it by the end of the year. This is a story about 2 figure skaters, I believe, and I think it has a lot of drama, probably a TV show where they're doing something, or it's supposed to read like a TV show, something like that, and that's all the premise. I know there's tension, I know there's drama, I know it's messy, so I think it will be a lot of fun. I just have not purchased the book, and I don't think it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I've been reading a lot on KU, so I feel like that's another reason why I haven't read it yet, but all the things I've seen about it sound so good, so I need to keep it on my radar, so I need to read it by the end of the year. And then I have If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. So I've also been seeing this one kind of floating around, perfect for fall, which we're kind of bleeding out of fall right now, so I need to read it right now. And this is a single dad romance right up my alley. I think it's in like the 1990s, 1995, something like that. So it's like set a little bit back, which I think is a lot of fun. And I think it's this woman going to take care of like an inn or a bed and breakfast or something like that from her parent. And it's her going to this small town. Very excited. I love those type of books. And again, I've seen this all over. Everyone's saying how good it is, how highly it's rated. So again, I'm hoping I also love that one. So those are the 10 books that I hope to read by the end of the year. And I am just hoping I get to them. I never think I've completed a 10 before the end list. So we're going to see how this goes. Let me know what you're putting on your 10 before the end. I want to know what everyone's reading before the end of the year. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Love yous!